very difficult to defend.
His playing time diminished, and I don't think that sat very well with him. He was suspended for the game. Any concerns about attitude situations coming in?
Lon, before he passed it to me earlier, he spoke a little bit about our process and discussed our plan and situations unforeseen like this coming up and potentially taking advantage of them. First off, I trust our process that we have here, starting with Lon, challenging us to do our due diligence on the people part of this, in terms of our background and looking at guys and understanding and knowing who they are before we make a decision like this. This young man, from everything that we know and our process and research, he's as solid as they come as a person. So in answering that question, one, I trust the system we have in place, and two, I believe that he's an extremely solid person, and I personally, and I know our group, have no concerns about anything that might have occurred in the past with him in his former situation.
Well, we're going to always bring people in here who reflect the values of this community, of this franchise, of our ownership, of our existing personnel. We're not going to ever compromise on that. Just because a person might slip on a banana peel once doesn't change their fundamental core and their fundamental character. And we're confident that we've brought in someone who meets all of the standards of being a Phoenix Sun.
Lon, you said over the last week that you guys were a little bit nervous about making a deal and messing with the chemistry on the team. Was this just a deal that was too good to pass up?
I think so, and we spent a lot of time talking about that. We talked to Alvin about it, and you know, we talked to Grant and Steve about the possibility of it. We never put them in a position where they have to make a decision, but we do value their opinion and ask that question specifically. And I think people understood that this would, you know, there is that risk, but it was worth taking under these circumstances. And it's not like making the change we made before, which involved starters at, you know, 25% of our roster. So hopefully that the benefits will outweigh that risk, but you know, it's certainly something we consider.
Was this a deal that came in just under the wire?
Yeah, we got it in about. Well, we did better than Indiana, I guess. We got it in with about 5 minutes to spare. We were in the queue.
But you had been speaking with them for...
Yeah, but it came together quickly at the end. You know, we had said all along that we didn't expect to do anything, and while we continue to do our due diligence, that was an accurate statement. But as I said, sometimes things come your way that you don't expect, and you've got to be prepared to respond to them. Let me say another word, but make sure everybody understands what happened with the draft choice too, because I failed to describe that at the beginning. You know, we've given up. We have 2 picks in the draft. We've essentially traded one of them. If we are in the lottery, we will keep the pick, and if we are not in the lottery, that pick would go to Houston. If we are in the lottery, then they would get the Orlando pick that we traded for in December. So we have not traded a lottery pick under any circumstances.
What's your thoughts on just being willing to give up a draft pick? Is it reflective of what you think of this draft, or it was just what was necessary?
No, I mean, the draft, as I see it in general, in any given year, you can find players in the draft. It's extremely speculative. I'm not one of these guys that buys into it's a good draft, it's a bad draft. I mean, a lot of that we don't know because there's so many variables that are going to determine a guy's success. I think for our group, especially from the basketball perspective, it was a function of attacking the known versus the unknown of the draft. And we know where we are relative to the playoff situation. We know there's an opportunity to get better. And we also know, regardless of what pick you might get, that there aren't many players like this one that you can get in any scenario. So when you weigh it all, it seemed like it was the best thing for the organization, community, the team going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.